can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear. And if I heard you, which I don't, I'm spoken for, I hear everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. Sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, and I don't need something new. I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. What do you want? 'Cause you've been keeping me away. Are you here to distract me so I make a big mistake? Someone out there like me knows deep down I'm not where I'm meant to be. Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know this part of me that longs to go into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Whoa, are you out there? Do you know me? Can you feel me? Can you show me? Whoa. Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you into the unknown? I didn't even end on the right chord. Oh boy. Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Let me stop the next track. Quincy Kane Morris here, and this is live stream number 24, or you could say live stream number 1, as this is the first live stream of the new year. And yeah, after a Christmas vacation, I'm a little out of rhythm. I'm kind of a little rusty. Haven't done this in a while. Haven't even played electric guitar in a while because I've certainly intended to, and I picked it up a little bit, but I haven't really like practiced just because somehow the Christmas season, like the holidays, they're somehow a break from what you normally do, but they're still really busy. They're like so busy you don't really get to take care of the things that you're normally working on and stuff. So this is going to be an interesting stream because it's probably going to be a little rocky, I'll be honest with you. But I just got to get it out of the way with. Got to get that rough one out of the way with, and eventually I'll get back into a rhythm of things. But either way, here we are, first stream of 2022. Let's have a look at the chat here. Stan, always good to have you. I was wondering if you'd show up. I didn't know if in our area where Stan and I live, there's been some snow and a lot of power has gone out. There's been a lot of sickness going around and stuff. So, Stan, how are you doing with all of this? Like, is your family, avoiding the sickness and stuff? And do you guys have power and internet where you're at? Let me know how things are going your way. Hey, we got Logan in the chat too. Thank you for the kind words. And yeah, I'm reading now. It sounds like there's a lot to be thankful for. Glad the power's back on. And awesome. Sounds good. So, yep, glad to know things are going well. But yeah, we're all starting the new year, and we're all kind of coming out of that, transitioning out of that Christmas season and the New Year's and stuff. And so leave a comment. Let me know. Are there any highlights from the Christmas season? Uh, any fun trips or events with the family? Any cool presents or anything like that? Any fun happening on New Year's? Whatever the highlights were. See any good movies or anything? Just leave it all in the comments. I can share for myself. Our family, after Christmas, we actually went away for a week. We went to Williamsburg, Virginia, and just had a little vacation there, and that was a lot of fun. We went to Busch Gardens, which had Christmas Town. So, for those of you who don't know, I love roller coasters. I'm a thrill seeker and stuff. I love big rides. But Christmas Town's kind of interesting because it really is like, that's the best time to go just to spend with the family. If you're a thrill seeker, that's not really the best time to go. There's a few big rides, but you can kind of knock them out quickly and then just enjoy the rest of the time with your family. And so it was, we would just eat together, watch shows together, and it was just fun, especially with the kids, kind of riding some of the smaller rides with them and stuff. It was a lot of fun. And after that, we also went to Colonial Williamsburg, and they had an ice rink there, so it was really fun trying out the ice rink and ice skating. And what else? I don't know. Just being with the family, getting to hang out, spend time, watch some TV together, and that's always a fun time. And there were a lot of cool resorts. We were activities at the resort. We were playing tennis together, played some rounds of putt-putt together, and did some biking and all kinds of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was a really nice time to just get away and spend with the family. And I'm thankful for that. Life gets so busy so often. And it's so easy to just kind of get caught up in our own agenda that we kind of forget to take a step back, slow down a little bit, and just enjoy some time with the people we love. So, I'm going to have a look at the conversation. But yeah, if you're joining us, this is the first stream of the new year, and I'm just asking, how was your Christmas vacation or your New Year's Eve? Leave a comment and just let me know if there were any highlights from the winter break. All right, cool. So if you are joining us and you want to leave a comment, go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and dive into this next song here. And, this one's going to be rough, but, we'll see what happens. Sweet. Stan says you got a new guitar amp, a new chord chart, and what was it? And a guitar strap. Great. That's awesome. I know Stan's hooked up, and I know Logan's got a pretty good, present for Christmas himself. So, this is an instrumental, because again, not only have I not played a whole lot of guitar, I've done some singing, but I kind of got to get back in my my singing rhythm too. So, gonna do an instrumental song, and this one, we're gonna tribute this song to 2021, because hopefully it was a good year for you. I think. One thing I like to do is at the beginning of every year, I keep journals. And so I like to go back and read my journals with a highlighter. And I've got a different color for different things. I'll use let me think. I'm trying to see if I can remember my color codes. I think pink is for ideas. Like if I've got an idea, I'll highlight it pink. If there was a special event or just a key moment that kind of happened, I'll highlight it blue. And if there was something I was praying about and it was an answer to prayer, I'll highlight that in yellow. And I know I use green for something. I can't remember, but I'll kind of go back through my journal and I'll sort of highlight key moments and special things that happened, things I want to remember, ideas that I had. Oh, I think blue was for ideas, green was for key moments. Maybe. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done it, but that's one thing I like to do at the beginning of the year. So it's nice to kind of look back over the year and just see what there is to be thankful for and see how you've grown and how you've, where you've come from. So 2021, I think it was a pretty good year for me, but I'm certainly looking forward to the new year. We're going to tribute this song to 2021 because this one's called Hard Goodbyes. Somehow, I didn't even notice I did that, but apparently I muted the vocals. So, uh, okay. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, Logan got his first drum sets. That's super awesome. And Stan set it up for him. So nice to know Stan is a handy man. So good stuff. Let's see here. Let me have a look at something real quick. So yeah, that song was called "Hard Goodbyes," and because sometimes, yeah, sometimes it can be hard to say goodbye. And I don't know about you guys, but every time there's a new year, it's kind of bittersweet for me. In some cases, in one case, I'm positive. I'm optimistic, looking forward to what's to come next, and kind of ready and excited for something new. But it's kind of hard, thinking that like, man, I'm getting older. Time just well, time just keeps going by so fast and stuff. So it can be hard, around the New Year's and stuff. And it's certainly a weird time. Logan, let me just give you a heads up. When you're a kid, I don't know. You feel like you don't really perceive time. Like you don't really think about time. It's just like, yeah, whatever. You just kind of go about your day-to-day life. But once you start getting older, you start realizing like how quickly time goes by, and it's like, man, I do not have as much time as I thought I did. And you start feeling maybe a bit more desperate or eager to get something done, or, something worthwhile and stuff. So definitely while you're young, really try to make the most of each day, really try to appreciate the time while you've got it. But so that's why it can be kind of bittersweet, sometimes around the New Year's. But let's be positive, and let's look back at 2021. And I'm asking you guys, what were some highlights from 2021? And you might have to think pretty deep, because there's a lot that happened. That 12 months, there's a lot that can happen in 12 months. And so, maybe there's something big that happened and it's like obvious, and when you think 2021, you think, oh, that was the year that this happened, But maybe there's some smaller things that happened, that, yeah, that just to appreciate that happened that year. You might even have to think back to like early 2021. Like it can be kind of easy to remember just the past few months, but going way back, into the summer of last year or the spring of last year, like sometimes it can feel like so much has changed since then. So yeah, think a little bit. What were some highlights from the past year, and just leave a comment, letting me know, sharing your thoughts. What were some highlights? I can say for myself, well, might be a little meta, I guess, but this is my first stream of 2022, but the first time I started streaming was back in 2021, I'm trying to remember, I don't know if any of you guys know about this, but when I was first kind of starting to stream, I was streaming with my friend Sam. He was helping me out, and we were streaming from his apartment. But once the whole COVID thing hit, he just got pretty caught up with work and couldn't really commit to doing much. And he just needed the extra time just to be able to unwind after all the responsibility he has at his job. So that sort of forced me to like, okay, if I'm going to do live streams, I got to find my own way to do it. So 2021 was the first year that I started doing the live streams, and it's been good. It's been a real blessing. I've enjoyed doing it. I've enjoyed getting to know some of you guys. Obviously, like Stan and Logan, I know you guys from church and stuff. But even just, I think this music has maybe made us even closer. It's given us something to connect over, which I think is really cool. And some of our friends that we've made over the chat, I don't think they're here right now, but you know who you are. Brad, Daniel, Red, Gus, and some of the others. It's been nice getting to know you guys and stream. And so yeah, that's definitely been a blessing and a highlight of 2021 for me. Awesome. Logan says 2021 was when he joined Hilltop Youth, which is awesome. It's great having you, and hopefully you're enjoying that. It's a great youth group. And you said you got a pool. I didn't know you had a pool. That's awesome. And making a lot of friends. That's great. It's always good. Definitely enjoy your friends, and make sure you guys are appreciating each other and stuff, having time to be creative and to work on projects together. And when I say projects, I don't necessarily mean school projects. I mean just like, be creative together, make music together, or make a movie together, or do some artwork or something, do a sport together, or a game, or an activity, whatever it might be, just because, again, those are great times in life to cherish, and they go by so quick. Stan says a highlight for him is Logan wanting to try out drums and really liking it. And I think that is awesome. I think it's awesome that Logan, that you took a chance to try this thing and just, kind of feel it out, and you found out like, hey, I can do this, and this is fun. And because sometimes life can be a little scary, I can definitely say that, since we're talking about like, New Year's and resolutions and things like that, and goals and all that kind of stuff. It's scary to try something new, and it's scary to see something and be like, something that you kind of fantasize, like, oh, I would like to do that. It'd be so cool if I could do that thing, but I'm scared that I'm not going to be good at it, or I'm scared what other people are going to think, or I'm scared, I'm scared it's just not going to work out for me. And I don't know. Fear is a real enemy. Fear is an enemy because it keeps you from doing things. And one saying that I kind of remind myself from time to time is that if you're scared, you're probably going the right way. And what I mean by that is, I think so often the things that help us grow and the things that make us, better and help us get more out of life are oftentimes the things that scare us. And so sometimes we're going towards something, and if you get that little, that feeling in your stomach and your heart's beating, and you're like, man, this is kind of intense. I don't know if I want to go this way, but it's like, oh, that's the sign, that's the sign that, yeah, if you go that way, it's probably going to be something worthwhile and something that you're going to be better off because of. We got Ricardo in the chat. Thanks for joining us, Ricardo. He said a highlight for him in 2021 was that his favorite band, Phineas, released an album, and that's awesome. I'll have to check that out. I've got a long list of music to check out, but I'll add that to it, so I'll have to remember that. So Phineas, and the album was called The Fire Itself. Very cool. I'll definitely check that out. Ricardo, thanks for joining. This is the first stream of 2022, and we've all just been sharing kind of some highlights of 2021. One highlight I was saying is that 2021 is when I started doing these streams, and I don't know if you heard me say, but I've been enjoying it. It's been nice getting to know you guys, getting to meet you, and like all of you, and sort of connect over music, and especially this style of music together. And I'm really excited to see what 2022 is going to bring. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to dive into this next song here, and yeah, I'm going to dive into this next one. And so if you have any other highlights of 2021, please leave a comment. Let me know what they are. But yeah, one thing I will say, kind of going into, first off, kind of an announcement for this song. So the song I'm about to play, I'm actually going to be releasing this song soon, so I'm pretty excited about that. I don't have an official due date yet. I have a planned date, but I don't know if it's going to come out. But hopefully within like the next couple weeks, this song is going to be available on Spotify and AppleMusic and wherever you can stream music. It's going to be available on my Bandcamp and some other places. Yeah, looking forward to that. Well, I'm going to get to goals later. We'll talk about goals in a moment because I've got a lot of goals for this year. But one thing I am excited is this is a song that I'm going to be releasing soon. And so if you happen to enjoy any of my music and you'd like to have it on your Spotify playlist or wherever you listen to music, this one can be joined to your collection pretty soon. But this one I think goes along. I was trying to pick songs that I felt like were appropriate for the new year. The first song I opened up with was Into the Unknown, which, yes, it's a cover, but it is a song about going into the unknown, trying out something new and sort of seeing what life has in store for you. That's what the song is about. And the other song, Hard Goodbyes, that was kind of a goodbye to 2021. But this song is about perseverance, and it's about even when things get hard, getting back up and trying again. It's okay to fail. True failure is to give up, but falling down is fine. Just get back up. Falling down is a part of learning. And the more you fall, just get back up, try again, and keep going. So that's what the song's about. That's what the song is called. It's called Get Up Again. Down on the floor, you've been here many times before. You can't ignore the time in hand is running short. much further left to crawl. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time, so get up again. Thank you. Sorry about that. My laptop was about to die, so I had to make sure it was plugged in. But yeah, that song was called Get Up Again. Let's have a look at the chat here. Hey, appreciate that, Stan. And thanks, Ricardo. And we got someone else in the chat. I'm sorry, I can't read your name. I don't read, afraid I don't, I think that's Russian, and I don't read Russian. But man, so what is so funny is, yeah, as I've been saying, this is the first stream of 2022, and I'm really out of rhythm. I'm just like, you know, like I'm getting all tangled up in my cables and kind of bumping into my mic and stuff. But don't worry, it'll get better as I get back into the routine of things. So, yeah, so we were talking about the highlights of 2021, and every time there's a new year, I mean, I don't know, I feel like it's just the new year is destined to just kind of motivate you to have goals and stuff. And I think that's definitely, that's a good way to just get the most out of a year, is early on at the beginning of the year to kind of say, here are some goals, you know, and you want to find something that's not too easy, but not too hard. So something that you can, you know, it's, you don't want to achieve it just in the first month. Like, you know, I'm trying to think of something super easy. Let me think. I can't even think of an example. It's like this year, I'm gonna learn how to play this song on guitar. And if it's like a really easy song and you learn it in the first month, it's like, well, I did it, you know. It's like, well, that's not, you know, that's not that challenging of a goal. But then at the same time, if it's something like really hard, like this year I'm going to make $1 million, it's like, wow, well, good luck. So, you know, that'd be awesome. But I think it's helpful to kind of find that balance of something that kind of pushes you, but you know, isn't going to be like too ridiculous that it's discouraging, that when you don't achieve that thing or when you don't get as close as you hoped, that you're discouraged thinking, oh, well, I guess I can't do that, you know. In fact, I think sometimes it's good to maybe have like maybe just a couple major goals, and then kind of think backwards, like, all right, what's the step into getting to that particular goal? So if you guys have any goals, whatever you're looking forward to doing this year, or whatever you're kind of hoping to achieve this year, and you feel like sharing it, leave a comment. What are some of your goals for 2022? Ricardo, that is really cool. And I was thinking that, um, it's cool. That's the cool thing about live streaming, is that, anyone who likes your music, they could be anywhere in the world, And it's kind of funny because, I mean, just where I'm from locally, I would say most people are into like bluegrass. That's probably the big style of music in this area and stuff. And I could probably get along a lot easier if I played bluegrass, but unfortunately, that's not my favorite style of music. I like metal, and yeah, I'm definitely not surrounded by a lot of metalheads, but it's always special when you meet, someone who enjoys that same style of music as you. And so it's really cool that we've got Americans, we've got Brazilians, and potentially we've got Russians. I don't know for sure, but that would be awesome. And so who knows who else we might have join? We might have some others from Europe, some others from Asia. Uh, it could be from all around the world. That'd be pretty awesome. So hopefully this will continue to grow in 2022. Maybe we'll continue to grow our little band here of fellow music lovers and stuff. Thanks for clarifying that, Ricardo. I figured your name was probably Ricardo, and I figured Ricardo was kind of for your channel and for your music and stuff, which you're a great guitarist, by the way. But yeah, that's a pretty clever way to put that together. Um, let's see what else has happened in the chat. Awesome. Yeah, Stan's got a goal to keep sticking with guitar, keep progressing, getting further along with that. I know for myself, I've got a few goals. One of my goals is to release more music this year, and part of the streams, and I mean, really, YouTube in general has just kind of helped me with this, because I've been doing. Some of you might have seen my one-man band videos, where it's just me playing all the instruments and stuff, and I've kind of got things set up in a way where I can produce music pretty quickly. So I'm hoping, we'll see. It's scary kind of saying this, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be releasing a lot more music this year. And like I said, I've got a new song that should be coming out in the next couple weeks here, and then after that, hopefully, uh, I'll be working on the next one, and that'll be released soon. I mean, I used to be such a perfectionist, and it used to take me like literally like a year, or just several months to get a song out. And now I think I can do it within weeks. And I'm really excited for that. I'm just really looking forward to getting more music out. And obviously my big goal, like my general goal, and I've shared this with you guys before, is I'm just trying to build an audience and just trying to build a bigger audience. And releasing music is part of the way that I intend to do that, but also these streams. And I'm hoping to play live shows this year. That's kind of a goal of mine. If this is the year to do that, and we'll see. There's some things I got to get set in place, but that's certainly a goal. And then, those are kind of my career-related goals. Trying to build an audience, trying to make some substantial income from doing music. But then I have like personal goals too. I don't know if any of you guys are into fitness or anything, but I certainly have fitness goals. Getting that delay thing, how that happens sometimes. Some of you have been here, you know what I'm talking about. One second, we got someone joining the chat. Parnell, hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but thanks for joining us. I don't know if I can understand the text you were writing, but thanks for joining. We're just talking about our goals for 2022, so if you've got any goals for the year, feel free to share them with us. I was saying, besides music, I enjoy, fitness and exercise, and I have certain goals with that, and there are certain I think there's a website called like Strength Standards or something like that, and it sort of gives you the standards for how many reps for certain exercises and what the strength standard is. So for example, it'll tell you like, if you can do this many pull-ups, this is like the beginner range, and this is the intermediate range, and this is the advanced range, and then this is the elite range and stuff. And so there's these different ranges. And I'm really just shooting to get somewhere between intermediate and advanced. Like if I can get in that range, I'll feel pretty satisfied with my performance and my capabilities. So I'm continuing to train. I know last year I learned a lot about fitness, so I'm a little more optimistic this year. Like last year, I started seeing some result. I mean, I've been working out for years, but last year I tried some different things that brought about new results, and so it was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get how this works, and so I'm excited to take that knowledge and apply it to this year. And again, kind of like what I've been talking about, that's why you shouldn't be afraid of failure, because it's good to try things, because you learn from those things, and then the next time you give it a shot, you apply what you've learned and hopefully get better results. So that's fitness. Skateboarding. I love skateboarding, and I've got goals for that. My biggest goal is there is a four stair at our skate park, and it's a pretty big four stair, but I would love to be able to do flip tricks down it. I can ollie down it. I can jump down it with my board, but when you flip the board under your feet and then catch it and land, once you start doing that, it's a lot scarier. And so, but I have a goal to not only be able to do that, but to be like comfortable doing that, like to just be consistent with doing that. So, so hopefully sometime this year I will reach that stair set and I'll be doing some flip tricks down it. So, definitely looking forward to that. Anyway, this next song kind of goes, oh man. Well, let me see something real quick. Hopefully it's just my mic. Nope, it's my guitar. Oh boy. So I've still got this like crazy delay right now. It's a little better. It's kind of catching up, but it's like, yeah, it's just a little after. All right, so I might have to talk a little longer, but the next song that I'm wanting to go into, this is going to be another instrumental, and this is a song. The song is actually called Ascension, and I kind of picked that. I figured it'd be a good song title because whenever you set goals for yourself, that's essentially what you're doing. You are ascending. You are progressing in the goals that you set for yourself. Whatever it is you're trying to achieve, in order to get closer to that, you just got to take that next step. And I think that's important to remember, is that sometimes we can get so focused on the goal itself, like what we want, that we're looking too far ahead, that we're not looking right in front of us. And that's one thing I've had to learn lately. Like, it's good to think ahead. It's good to know where you're going, but I don't think you should focus on that. You want to be aware of it, but don't focus on that, because if you're putting too much energy thinking about where you're wanting to go and where where you're hoping to go, you might not be spending that much energy actually going there. You're looking so far ahead that you're not even seeing what the next step is to get you in that direction and stuff, if that makes sense. So whatever your goals are, just remember, you don't have to get there yet. You just got to take that next step. You just got to see what's right in front of you, what's the next thing that you can do, and just do that. And once you get that done, then what's the next thing? Do that. And before you know it, you'll look back and be like, wow, I've come so far, and you've progressed quite a bit. So let's see if this delay is, hello. Hey, I think it's getting better. It's not like fully there. Man, it's still off a little bit. Well, while we're waiting for this delay to even out, let me ask you guys, have you seen any good movies lately? Whether they're new movies or just movies that you've seen for the first time, let me know. Have you seen any good movies lately? Again, where I live right now, we've actually been dealing with some weather. It snowed quite a bit, and and some people lost power. There's been a lot of sickness going around. And so at my house, we haven't had any internet. Thankfully, we still had our power, but no internet at our house. And so, and some of my siblings, they've been dealing with, and my parents, they've been dealing with some sickness. And so, they're just pretty much lounging around. So they're like, hey, let's watch a movie. And the truth is, I actually love doing that. And it's again, it's so easy to just get so caught up in your own agenda and to get so busy that we forget to kind of slow down and just enjoy time together. And so I've really been enjoying the past like 3 nights. We've just gotten together and watched a movie. And it's been really nice. We've just been rewatching movies. I haven't really watched anything. Well, actually, I take that back. I have seen a couple new movies. I'll talk about that in just a second. But the past 3 nights, we rewatched some movies. So first, we watched National Treasure, which is just a good, it's like a movie that I think like anyone can really enjoy. You know, it's got some humor in it. It's got a little bit of tension and like some suspense in there. It's got like, the thrilling adventure side of it. It's got a little bit of romance in there, and it's just kind of a feel good, kind of fast paced movie and stuff. And so my brother hadn't actually seen it, and I was like surprised, like, wow, you have not seen this movie? So that's what we watched, and everyone enjoyed it. And then the next night we watched the sequel, which the sequel is almost just as good as the first one. I think the first one's better, but the sequel is still very good and definitely worth a watch. So we watched those 2 movies. And then last night we actually watched Hacksaw Ridge, which I don't know if any of you have seen Hacksaw Ridge, but that movie is brutal. It's such a powerful story. And it's kind of weird because it is a story, it's based on a true story about a soldier who served in the in World War II in the U.S. Army. So, again, we were saying earlier, we've had some people from other countries and stuff watching this stream, so that's awesome. So I don't know if, I don't know if you'd connect with it. I think it's still a pretty inspiring story. I don't think you necessarily have to be an American to appreciate it. But his thing was he wanted to serve. Men were serving and men were dying for their country, and he wanted to serve. He felt like he needed to help, but he was a conscientious objector, which means he didn't want to kill and he didn't want to touch a gun. In fact, he refused to touch a gun. And so it's like, wait, you want to be in the army, you want to be in the war, but you're not going to touch a gun. He wanted to be a medic. He just wanted to help, serve people. And so there's kind of some drama with him, trying to get into the army and then him refusing to pick up a gun. And, people just the criticism he faced for that. But seeing how he overcomes that and seeing what he's able to accomplish, it's a really inspiring story. And the war scenes are super intense. And I mean, they have to be, because that's kind of what makes you like realize what those men went through. I think so often, like, don't get me wrong, I love movies and stuff, but I think sometimes it's easy to glamorize kind of like action scenes and stuff, and they're fun, and we don't really think about like the reality of what's actually happening there. And so movies like that really kind of show what war is actually like, it just puts it in perspective and definitely makes you appreciate your veterans and stuff. I remember the first time I saw Saving Private Ryan, that movie just changed my perspective. I always knew about soldiers, I always knew about war, but I had no clue like what they actually went through. And after watching that movie, it was like, I just had tremendous gratitude and respect for our veterans and stuff. So, so those were a few movies I had watched recently. Wow, still got this delay happening. It's a little better. I might be able to get by with a song. Thanks, Stan. I appreciate that. I don't know if you're commenting on the fitness stuff earlier or what. And then you said you had seen X-Men First Class. That is a good movie. And I don't know if you're saying you hadn't seen National Treasure or Hacksaw Ridge. But either way, both are very good movies. So if you get a chance, definitely check them out. Okay, maybe you were talking about National Treasure because you were saying you had a that. I'm assuming you're referring to Hacksaw Ridge is what kind of helps you connect to your coworker. So that's really cool. I'll just comment on a couple more movies and then I'll hop into a song here. Um, what was it? I did go to the theater. I did see the new Spider-Man movie, so I don't know if any of you have seen that, but man, was that really good. I was curious about it because I love, I was a kid when the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie came out, and as a kid, that was just like the best movie ever and stuff, and still going back and watching it just holds a special place in my heart. So for this movie to bring back some of the villains from the older movies, I was definitely like curious about it, and I was just hoping like, man, I hope they don't just bring them back for like a quick cameo. I hope they're actually going to do something with them, and I hope it's going to feel like the same characters and not like this cheap knockoff impression or something. And thankfully, those characters do play like a pivotal role in the plot of the movie. And there were also some other surprises, which I'm not going to spoil in case you haven't seen it. But all I'm going to say is it's definitely my favorite of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and it's probably my third favorite Spider-Man movie in total. My first two favorites being Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire. But yeah, that was a great movie. And then I also went to theaters to see West Side Story. West Side Story is a musical, but it's a musical directed by Steven Spielberg, who's my favorite director, and it's a remake. That's a musical that was originally made in the '60s, and I think it was before that a Broadway musical. But either way, watched it, and it's kind of one of those movies that like it's really well made, and like I can tell it's well made, but I wouldn't say that I'd go out of my way to watch it again. If it was on TV or something, or I don't know, if someone wanted to watch it, and I would maybe watch it with them or watch it if it was on TV, but I can't say I would go out of my way to see it. But I was able to recognize like that it was well crafted and it was a well made film. Um, Musicals, like I don't know. There's a few musicals I like. My favorite musicals being Sweeney Todd and The Greatest Showman, and I think a part of that is just having catchy songs, songs that get stuck in your head and that you can sing, and having a story and characters that you care about. And for this one, West Side Story, I felt like the characters were pretty good, but I felt like the main characters could have used a little more depth to them just to kind of help us understand their motivations and stuff. And the funny thing is, I think the characters were actually more fleshed out than the original based off of what I'd researched about it. So it sounds like they did kind of, you know, flesh them out more. And it still might not have been as much as could have been needed. But anyway, it was a good movie. If you like musicals, definitely check it out. Sounds like Stan watched West Side Story in English class. So, well, if you liked it, you should definitely check out the new one. Um, but yeah, anyway, I was only revealing what was revealed in the trailers. So, Logan, I might just say be careful with that information. Yes, we're going to chat here, but in case someone else hasn't seen it, we don't want to give away any spoilers and stuff. But let me go ahead and dive into the song. I think I can play it. So, yeah, whatever your goals are, just remember, focus on taking that next step, and that'll get you closer. This song's called Ascension. I got to be honest, I'm not so sure if these Russian joiners are some kind of spam, just because the text looks kind of spammy. But I don't know. Maybe someday we'll get some Russians in here. But yeah, that song was called Ascension. Let me see how we're doing on time real quick. And I think gradually, all right, things sound like they're kind of back in sync, so we should be hopefully no issues from here on out. But yeah, definitely, it's always weird coming out of that Christmas break because you got to transition kind of back into things and kind of get your rhythm back, get your groove back. And I definitely need to do that both with these streams and just with the projects I'm working on and a lot of other things, a lot of other responsibilities and things. And it's been even more challenging to do that because of the weather lately, with the no internet at the house and snow everywhere. It's been a little tricky to kind of like be productive. I've been able to work on things, but definitely had to find like loopholes and ways around what it is I need to get done. So cool. Well. Let's see here. But yeah, like I said, guys, hoping to have some new music for you soon. I mean, I'm going to be releasing a lot of these songs you've heard already, but now rather than just performing them, I'm going to be releasing them. And then there's some songs that I have not shot a one-man band music video for it yet, so I'm planning to do that. But I'm hoping to have some new music too. Definitely looking forward to releasing songs, but I am working on some new stuff too, and I can't wait to start playing some new songs for you guys. But so looking forward to that. Yeah, definitely a balance. All right, guys, this is going to be the last song for you, and again, I thought this was a good song for kind of the new year, because this is a song about how it can be easy to sometimes go through kind of sort of almost a hypnotic state. Like you're not really thinking about what you're doing. You get so almost too in tune with the rhythm, Like I think it's helpful to have a rhythm because you're able to be more efficient that way. But I think when we're in that rhythm for too long, we do kind of maybe we're not really focused on really appreciating the things that matter, or really, really progressing or actually growing. We're just kind of going through, kind of this hypnotic state. And that's sort of what this song is about, is kind of snapping out of that and, really being honest with yourself and being clear about what it is you want and what it is you want to achieve, and setting out to achieve that, setting out to make it happen. So, whatever your goals are for this year, you can do it. You can get it done. And I just want you to remember, like, yeah, it's going to take some effort. It's going to take a little bit of willpower, but you've got that. That's nothing you can't pull out of yourself. And so just remember, whatever it is you're going after, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, like, you can do that. And so that's kind of what this song is about. That's right, Stan. So yeah, whatever your goals are, this is a song. This is a song to for our goals this year. A song to just encourage us to just, wake up and make them happen. So that's what the song is called, Waking Up. It's too much effort to pull away the covers that hold me down and won't let go. It smothers me, the weight of this anxiety pressing me into my pillow. A blissful sleep, chasing lies and counting sheep. It sure is easy, but not for me. And so here I am, with all I have, waking up, facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. I toss and turn, and tick by talk the hours burn, waiting for this night to end. A part of me begging to go back to sleep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have, waking up, facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. You're not worth less. You have purpose. Wake up, see it. Time to dream it. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. Yep, Stan, if you're getting some weather there, I can understand that. But Pablo, good to have you in the chat, man. Sorry, that was the last song, but I'll certainly hang out and chat a little bit. But Pablo, how you been doing? Did you have a good, New Year's and all that, all the holiday stuff? Thanks, Pablo. Happy New Year to you as well. That's kind of what we've been talking about over this stream. Let me ask you, Pablo, are there any highlights from 2021? Is there one or, a couple things that kind of stick out to you when you think back on 2021 that was like, man, that was such a key thing that happened that year? And do you have any goals for 2022? Are they, big goals or even small goals, COVID, yeah, yeah, that'll probably stick with you yeah, if you had COVID in 2021. I've got some friends and family who are kind of fighting that right now, but they seem to be doing well. It's just they're having to get through it and stuff. But yeah, that's definitely a thing for some people. I was gonna say for me, for 2021, let's see, a couple things. Probably one of the key things was I started doing these streams, and I was just saying, that's what's been great about doing these streams is getting to meet people like you and connect with others and stuff, and just getting to share music and connect with others who enjoy the same kind of music I do. So that's been a really cool thing, and that was a very key thing for me in 2021. And for 2022, a big goal is just building an audience and getting more music out there. I'm looking forward to releasing more music this year. And then a smaller goal is some skateboarding stuff. I enjoy skateboarding, and I'm hoping to get better at doing flip tricks down small stair sets. That's kind of my goal for skateboarding. I also have some fitness goals, but I'm a goal setter. I could name all kinds of goals that I've got set for myself. That's awesome, Pablo. Pablo says he's got some music goals and he's looking to share it. And so definitely keep me in the loop on that. I'd love to check out more of what you're working on and what you're releasing. And yeah, definitely excited to hear some stuff from you. So, and yeah, and that's kind of, I don't know if you caught the beginning of that song, but that was a song of mine called Waking Up. And that's a song about, kind of snapping out of the routine when you're kind of just sort of going through the motions. I think that was the word I was looking for earlier. When you're just going through the motions without much thought. That's a song about kind of waking up from that, snapping out, and thinking about what is it that you really want, what is it you're really trying to accomplish, and making it happen. So I just want you to know that you can do it. So the goals that you have, definitely set out to make them happen, and you'll make them happen. That's right, Pablo. That's actually another goal of mine. I'm hoping to do some live shows this year. Now, there's a few things I got to get in place. I'll update you guys when there's more on that, but I'm definitely working on some things, making some preparations for live shows. And I've actually, all I'll say is that is something that I'm hoping is going to happen sooner. So I'm actually. Yeah, I've had some things developing, and I'm hoping that I might be taking the first steps and making that stuff happen, within the early 2022. So we'll see. But that's definitely another goal of mine is to be playing some actual local shows and some live shows. But yeah, definitely going to continue doing the live streams, but looking forward to getting some live shows happening as well. So yeah, really awesome. But anyway, yeah, Pablo, thanks so much for joining. I'm sorry that this was kind of at the end of the stream here. Trying to think. I tell you what, I'll pull out one more instrumental, and I'll play this one for Pablo, and then I think I got to wrap it up and call it an evening for myself. So give me a second. Let me find a good one to play. All right, this one's for Pablo. It's just a little instrumental track. Awesome, Pablo. Yes, being disciplined in achieving goals is really important. Earlier, I was talking about kind of finding the right balance of um, of the right level of challenge, I guess I would say. You don't want to set something that's too easy that you can accomplish like in the first week or the first month of the year. You want something that's going to require a bit of effort and forcing you to sort of learn and grow. But you don't want to set something so ambitious that, like, in the attempt to do it, you fail and you sort of beat yourself up like, oh, well, I guess I just can't do that. You kind of want to find this like realistic, like, what's something that seems within your grasp and stuff. And I'm pretty, yeah, I like setting goals, and what I like to do is kind of step backwards and sort of see, like, okay, well, what do I need to do to reach that? Either step backwards or just kind of imagine like what would be the steps to getting there and stuff. And I try to break it down as much as I can. And for the most part, I'm pretty disciplined. With music, I think. I think the project stuff, I'm pretty good about getting that stuff done. But what I'm kind of working on, like, if there's kind of two sides to music business. There's the music side, and there's the business side. And the music side, I'm pretty comfortable with that. I feel pretty good about that. But the business side, that's the side that requires a little bit of exercise from me, a little bit of discipline, and so one thing I've been trying, and maybe this would be helpful to you guys too. But if there's ever something that you're into, and there's kind of like two sides to it, there's one side that you're really good at and you really enjoy, and there's another side that's a little more like of a challenge to make yourself do it. One thing that can help is sort of alternating these things. So, for instance, what I like to do is, like, on one week, I'll do creative stuff on Monday and Friday, and I'll do business stuff on Wednesday. And then the next week, I'll switch that. I'll do the business stuff on Monday and Friday and the creative stuff on Wednesday. And that kind of helps balance it out. That way, like, I get something creative done and I sort of scratch that itch. And then I kind of, make myself do something business related. But once I get through that, I know that, don't worry, once I get through this, I'll be back to doing something creative. So it's kind of like, sort of a way to, like, to do it, but, kind of balance it out. So it's not like you don't go through these spells where it's like, oh, you're just doing all the fun stuff, but then you have to go through this long period of time where you're just doing all the hard, like, unenjoyable stuff. It's kind of nice to, like, just balance the two and go back and forth a little bit. So maybe that's helpful. I don't know. Yep, Stan is saying his goals are getting better at guitar and helping his son. His son's learning how to play drums, which is awesome. Um, and yeah, and it's exciting. And another thing, another tip when it comes to, like, setting goals, I think it's good to have, like, a big goal or like a general goal, and then to have, yeah, just smaller goals. And I don't even mean like steps necessarily to those big goals, but just kind of a variety of things, I guess. Like, so for me, um, like, my big, like, general goal, well, my biggest goal is to have a career, doing music. That's the big goal. But I that's too general. That's too vague. So I need to be more specific. So how do I do that? Well, the first thing I really need is an audience. And it's like, well, how do I do that? So that's kind of the big goal. But I think there's sort of different ways about going to get to that. So basically, everything I do is motivated by that big goal. I'm trying to build an audience, so what can I do that gets me closer to that goal? And that's why I do, like, the live streams. That's why I'm going to try to get something set in place to do live shows, locally, and releasing music, making video content, all kinds of stuff. So, and then, kind of balancing that out with other goals and stuff. That it's not all just music related. Some of it's just personal fitness goals or hobby goals or whatever it might be. So we'll see. Definitely, Stan. I'm pretty sure, when I am playing some local live shows, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be calling on your help for that. So, but anyway, Pablo, thank you so much for joining. Definitely keep me up to date with what you're doing on your music. Let me read this comment here. Yep, that's right, Pablo. That's good stuff. So anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much. If you'd like to support me in what I'm doing, there's a link in the description to a virtual tip jar, and I certainly appreciate that. If you don't have the financial means to support me, again, my biggest goal is building an audience. So just sharing, the live video or sharing my content, my YouTube videos, sharing my music, and using it. Just so you guys know, I don't know if any of you are on TikTok, but my music, some of my songs are actually available on TikTok. So if you make TikTok videos, just something as simple as using some of my music in your TikTok videos, that kind of stuff is very helpful. But yeah, just kind of getting my music out there, sharing it, sharing my content so others can see it, and so we can build up this community together. I appreciate you guys joining me. This was the first stream of 2022, and hopefully, this is the first one, and it's going to be cool to see like where this is 6 months from now, 9 months from now. So I'll be curious to see how this grows, and I'm excited to see what happens. I think there's some good stuff in store for 2022. So I'm definitely, praying and rooting for you guys and your goals for this year, and I'm still I definitely have my goals, but I still need to take some time to just like kind of reflect and plan out like what are my goals for this year? What am I trying to achieve? And I'm certainly looking forward to pursuing all that stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you have a good evening or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Gonna finish up in the chat here, but that's gonna be it for the stream. Until next time.